Hello everyone, and welcome to the review of the Dareu or the Dareu, call it as you wish, gaming mouse. It's the EM901X, and this is very interesting, although it's a very cheap mouse. This brings several features, options, and interesting functions that you don't get even on high-end premium mice. So it makes me wonder if being so cheap could actually be also good. Today we are going to see that. So in the box you are going to get, of course, a USB Type-C cable, manual, kind of manual. It's a leaflet here, it's in English, that's good. You get a charging dock that looks very nice actually, and it also has built-in RGB that you are going to see running. And here is the mouse itself. The design is pretty nice. It's rather symmetric, but it has buttons only on this side, so if you are left-handed, it's probably not that good for you. And of course, like any other type of mouse, it has the receiver built in this. So the mouse can work in several ways. It can work with the receiver, but it can also work with the cable while it's charging. And then I'm going to connect the dock, and the dock will start up, and underneath you have this button for RGB. If you don't like RGB, you can turn this off, or you can switch the colors until you like the pattern of the lights or the color. And this provides another USB here, so you can plug the dongle here, so you don't use two USBs on your PC. That's pretty nice, and you can use this as a stand on your desk, and you can put the mouse on charge there. Also, it comes with anti-slip pads, so you have this protective foil over them, and they are those jelly sticky things, so this will not fall from your desk. Then it's very simple. You just put the mouse there, and just like magic, it stays there and starts to charge right up. Then we can turn the mouse on. It has a main switch here to turn it on or off, and again the mouse has a button here to switch the RGB working mode, colors, patterns, and so on. And like this, the mouse works right off the box, but you can install the additional software that you can find on their website, and we are going to do that right now because the software actually brings you a lot more features. And the fun part starts right away. Windows does not recognize this file, so it potentially is not safe, but we are going to install it anywhere. More info, run it anyway. Be sure that you download it from the official website so you don't have any kind of strange troubles after that. So installation is very fast. You only need to do a few clicks, and now I'm running the official mouse software, and it looks like that. You can see that it has installed some drivers there, and we are greeted by this main menu. We have the battery level here, 95%, and we have key settings where we can customize each of the keys, and you can also have several profiles, so you can quickly map your keys as you wish. Then you can export the profiles or import the profiles, which is very nice for such a simple software. You don't get those options on cheap mice. Right, then you have the DPI settings where you have 5 DPI stages, but you can choose lesser if you want to, and you can allocate a color for each DPI setting. So when you use this key here to switch DPI, this is also indicated the DPI level on the mouse with the color, and you can also see them switching in the software, which is again a nice touch. Then again we have the macro, and here we can build macros. You can record macros, which is very useful, of course, for gaming, and you know how that works. And you have options here to cycle them and insert events. So again, pretty interesting for such a cheap mouse. Then we have the lighting effects where you can, of course, customize them. You can have steady, you can have breathing, you can have streaming, and you can adjust the level of the brightness for the LEDs in mouse base here, and the speed at which is pulses, and you can see that now it's like a discotheque mouse, and you can put it on steady. And the brightness on maximum, it's actually pretty bright and pretty nice. You can see it's lighting up my palms, so that's a nice touch. And you can also switch them if you don't use the software from here, but you don't have so many options like choosing the exact preferred color for the steady mode or the brightness and so on. But you can turn them off if you want to. And this will switch through those modes that you have configured in the software. Back again to the DPI settings, we also have some other goodies here. So we have the pulling rate of the USB, which goes up to 1000 Hz. And then we have more customization, such as the level of distance. So this is where the mouse detects when you are lifting it over from your mouse pad, that it should stop working at 1 mm or 2 mm, depending on your game style or work style. Also, you have the ripple control and angle snapping, which you usually get only on high-end mice. You don't get this on cheap mice, and these are some people call them that are being on high-end gaming mouse. Actually, these two settings are not so useful when you are really gaming. These are more for productivity, where you have ripple control that kind of smoothen out the mouse movement when you are doing very fine, let's say, video editing, and you are moving some small blocks there. Also, and this angle snapping is similar when you are doing some movements and the software and the mouse optical sensor tries to understand that what you are doing and tries to give you more precision, so it kind of interferes with your movement, making your mouse more precise, but not more precise when you are shooting enemies. And further on, you have more customization, such as mouse sensitivity, which works different from the DPI, and you have improved pointer precision and scrolling speed and double click speed. You can also customize that. A thing that I do not like is the fact that this pretty nice docking station, charging hub, or call it what you wish, doesn't have options such as the mouse options for adjusting the RGB, so you cannot finely tune them. You cannot adjust the brightness or the exact working mode speed, or have a steady color. You just press this button and it cycles through some modes, and that's it. For instance, if I want a steady red, I cannot do that. I can get flashing red, flashing other colors, strobing, or just turning it off. So it's like you want a rainbow, here's a rainbow, but we cannot do something else. So I would have loved to have an option to actually customize that, like I can on the mouse. Also really useful, the docking, because you might say, what's the difference between plugging the USB cable directly? Well, for instance, when I take a break at the computer, when I get off the seat, I can quickly put this on the docking here, so for 5-10 minutes while I'm away, this is going to charge without pulling cables, putting USB cables in, taking the dongle out if I have one single USB on my notebook, and other crazy stuff like that. So actually that's very useful to have and very convenient. Alright, and you might say, okay, so the mouse looks nice, software works, has pretty lights, you can configure them, has a useful dock, but does it play? Does it work nice? Well, I'm going to say this. For some time I'm using the HyperX here. This is the Pulsefire Dart with wireless charging. I can actually say, and trust me, that this one feels better when you are doing work with it, because this one is a lot more lighter than this one. This one, I think it has roughly 50% more, and I'm going to bring the scale to weight them. Okay, and now let's check. So I'm going to reset this. HyperX has 114 grams, and this one has only 84. So I was a bit off with the approximation, but this is and feels very light in comparison with this one. And the mode that it works, how it feels when you are using it, they are roughly similar, but this one, it's more comfort when provides more comfort when you are doing a lot of work with it, especially while in gaming. I don't feel any difference between them. I actually feel that this one brings a bit more something extra to the game, probably because it's lighter and it feels like being able to do more quicker movements with it. So actually pretty nice, and I don't feel it being more laggy or doing something that kind of interferes with the game. I don't feel a big lag, although this is a wireless mouse, so let's be honest, with the wireless, even with high-end dongles, you still get a bit of lag. The lag is not so bad, it's comparable with this one. Actually, this one feels a bit snappier than the HyperX, so I can say that for the money that you pay on this, it's very good. It's very good, and the price of this one has almost doubled in the last 1 year or something like that. So in other words, if you are looking for a cheap mouse that performs pretty good, I highly recommend this one. If you don't want a brand name mouse and you are not caring that maybe some setting is missing from the software or they got something reversed there. As you've seen, the software is pretty strange because Windows labels it maybe as a malware, but it's totally safe. So that was it for now. I hope that you have enjoyed this quick video about the EM901X. Also take care when you download the driver. They have this mouse listed in something like 4 variants on their website, and only one of the driver works to this mouse, although the pictures are rather similar. And also the picture for this one doesn't show the correct model. It shows this in pink version. To be more exact, is this one, so the EM901X AML WL. This is also the image sensor that it's used on this mouse, and this is the driver. Although these 3 look exactly like this one, they are not this one, they are other models, and the software will not work. So get the pink flowers model, and that will work just fine with your mouse, and all the settings will work. Until my next video, see you and bye bye.